What's up and welcome back. If you caught my last video on this here Mapex Armory kit, I said I'd be back after selling it, which I did shortly after, but not without keeping the snare drum. And in doing so, I started to hit the local music shops to collect some goodies for the new project. The Ludwig Rockers. This is my three-piece setup consisting of a 22 by 14 inch bass drum, 12 by 8 inch rack tom, and a 16 by 16 inch floor tom. They are 4-ply shells with granitone interiors and the Ludwig classic lugs all around. And as you can see, they are way overdue for some much needed attention. But they have earned it after the years of use and abuse during band practices, recording sessions, and playing tons of shows. They have more than held up throughout it all and sound incredible in any situation. After finding all that I could locally, I got onto drumfactorydirect.com and Amazon to get the rest of what I did need. Or so I thought, as you'll see why here in a moment. And just like that, barely 2 days later, the box of awesomeness has arrived. This is, I believe, my second or third time ordering from them, and I tell you what guys, these boys do not play around. Although they are only a state away from me, I get it quicker than expected. A 12 and 16 inch Remo coated P4s for the top batter heads on this kit. A set of 12 inch maple re-rings for the rack tom. Also a set of 16 inch maple re-rings for the floor tom. White nylon tension rod washers. And here we have a 12 inch and 16 inch S hoops for the batter side. I've heard these compared to the die-cast hoops, so I figured I'd give them a shot. Curious to know if any of you guys have these on your drum kits. If so, comment below and let me know what you guys think of them. Two 22 inch chrome hoops for the bass drum. That's what was on it when I had originally got the kit. What happened to them is beyond me, but I really liked the look of the chrome, so I ended up getting those again. And last but not least, a Drum Factory Direct brand coated 22 inch bass drum head. I believe this is to mimic the Ambassador, which I love running on the front besides the smooth white, and I'm curious to see how they hold up. I also ended up ordering some tension rods for the bass drum, as well as floor tom legs and brackets for the floor tom. Also, while out and about, I came across this 13 by 7 Ludwig super light snare drum and had to have it. The price was unbeatable, so I grabbed it up to go with this kit. Getting into it, we popped the heads off these drums to expose the interiors. Around the edges, you can see the granitone, but I did years ago paint the insides white just to freshen them up a bit. Plan is to cut these re-rings down and get a nice tight fit in there before gluing them in and redoing the bearing edges. Jumping over to the floor tom, and out of curiosity, wanting to make sure that these holes line up for the new floor tom leg brackets, which they do, and that's one less thing that I have to drill and fill on these shells. Just your basic 3-pack off of Amazon, as well as the Gibraltar floor tom legs that are 10.5 millimeter, I believe. After getting everything taken apart and down to the bare shell, I addressed the problems that came along with it. And here's when all hell breaks loose, or should I say lugs. This happens to be a common issue with older drums due to over-tightening of screws and or corrosion. I wasn't stressing it too much because I happen to have a bag of spares in the junk pile. Which gets us onto the bass drum and its problems. Originally, these legs were on it when I got it, and I cannot stand them. They are not supportive enough and are stripped out for that matter. Aw, snap. A quick lug count if you're still with me here. 1 for the rack tom, 1 for the floor tom, and 2 for the bass drum. That's 4 lugs in total, 2 small classics, which I have, so I'm good. And then there's the 2 large classics I'll have to order. Go figure. So stay tuned, and in the next video, I'm going to tackle some re-rings as well as the bearing edges, and officially get this project underway. And until next time, drums, drums, drums.